Right now at 6, a fire breaks out at the Black Horse Bar in Winona, making it a total loss.
And a La Crosse Foundation celebrates those making a difference in public education.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. The city of La Crosse is opening its emergency day shelter starting on Sunday. That shelter space is in the main hall of the public library on 800 Main Street. Those hours are going to be 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sunday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday, and then 8 a.m. to noon on Tuesday. Health officials today offering some reminders to anyone who could be out in the cold.
If you're going outside, is there going to be somewhere where you can seek shelter if it is getting too cold? So really that planning and preparation is very important.
Bedno recommends wearing at least 3 layers and keeping a close eye on infants if you're indeed going outside.
Yes, layers indeed. Greg, exactly how cold are we talking?
Well, it is International, Ditch Your New Year's Resolution Days today, as in the 17th. So if you had that going on, you want to stick inside, you're definitely going to want to do that this weekend because we're looking at cold temperatures going on. Pretty much you could get -40 below, and this is just with wind chill, not actual temp, but still the coldest temperatures will be in areas, at least temp-wise, where you have a snowpack, which is Eau Claire, some areas up to the north where they've got about 2 or 3 inches. But for right now, it will be kind of in that area where you're going to get in the 10-minute range for wind chills where you exposed skin could have some frostbite. We'll be in that kind of that 35 to 40 below range. Not expecting to see anything colder than that. That front, one of them is coming through. A lot of that precipitation radar is not reaching the ground. That's the visibility, and so far it hasn't been really reduced anything below 10 miles. So a lot of that is just cloud cover. But the other big story is the winds, and they've starting to pick up. Preston over there up to 25, gusting over 35. So that northwest wind will be something of a concern through the evening commute. It will continue to increase and remain that way really overnight. So that's the main issue. A few snow showers are possible. Flurries out there for Eau Claire, but otherwise that wind 15 to 20 miles per hour range. Still, although comfortable temperatures for this time of year, still 30 degrees with that north wind at 18 in La Crosse. Maybe a few flurries, but the wind will be probably the main story, and that is ushering at least some cold air. We got another front later tonight that'll wrap even more cold air, so we'll break down how cold it's going to get this weekend and when we might finally come back above 0 in the 20s.
Oh boy. Thank you, Greg.
And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn Weather app. You can find it at the App Store or on Google Play.
Accused child killer Josie Dykman is out of jail. News 8 Now has learned that Dykman has posted a $50,000 cash bond. She's accused in the death of 6-year-old AJ Pedrin. Dykman is facing several charges, including first-degree intentional homicide and child abuse. Her trial is set for August 11th.
A stunning blow to TikTok users. The Supreme Court today upholding the Sunday ban. The justices sharing the government's concerns the social media platform could pose risks to national security and compromise the data of over 170 million users. So what will happen on Sunday if the ban kicks in?
We're in unprecedented territories. This is something brand new. I'm sure President Trump will probably try to do something. He's mentioned it on his social media platforms that he wants to figure something out. It's a priority for him.
Trump says a decision on TikTok will be made in the, quote, not too distant future.
Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers will deliver his State of the State address next Wednesday. That speech will be set for 7 p.m. and last about an hour. Evers will deliver it from the state capitol. He'll likely outline his priorities for the next 2-year state budget. That address comes as Evers continues to weigh a possible third term. A fire has destroyed a popular spot in Winona, the Black Horse Bar and Grill.
News 8 Now's Grace Monk has the story from the newsroom. Grace.
The Black Horse Bar in Winona appears to be a total loss after a fire broke out early this morning. Fire was reported by an employee who lives above the bar around 3 a.m.
Some of the deputies in the area got here prior to our arrival and noticed that there's flames towards the back of the building, smoke filling the building.
The Pickwick Fire Department responded to the scene but requested help from 8 other departments. Pickwick's fire chief says this was to help transport water.
There's no hydrants out in this area, so any of the water that we're utilizing for firefighting efforts have to be hauled to us. And we're hauling out of the city of Winona from their hydrants.
Scott Kaler lives across the street from the Black Horse.
My wife woke me up about 3 o'clock and we saw the squad cars, and So we started watching, we saw a couple fire trucks show up, and then while I was watching, I'd say within 15 minutes, I could start to see flames coming through the roof.
Once he saw the fire, he knew the building wouldn't last long.
And I know that structure quite well, so I knew it's a wood structure, and if it started, it would go hot and fast.
Although the loss is devastating,
Andre, the owner, is a nice guy, and to see his livelihood go up in flames, it's heartbreaking.
It's a staple in the community. Not only is it a bar, it's a restaurant, it's a entertainment venue.
community members are ready to help out. This afternoon, a GoFundMe page was created and the donations started to pour in.
Well, we'll work with him if he needs help. I mean, as a community, we'll probably, all work together on this a little bit.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
All right, thank you, Grace. People in Eau Claire have a new way to track their drinking water. The health department introducing a new data dashboard. It shows test results for bacteria, lead, and PFAS for 3 city and village water systems. The dashboard link is available on the city's website.
Well, Leinenkugel's Chippewa Falls Brewery officially closed today. 56 employees are out of a job. Brothers Dick and Jake Leinenkugel say they tried to buy the brewery back from Molson Coors, but they say the CEO declined. Molson Coors plans to move operations to Milwaukee and use the Chippewa Falls location as a, quote, innovation hub.
Fewer guns were stopped at Wisconsin airports in 2024 compared to 2023, although there was a slight rise at the Dane County Regional Airport, the TSA reported. 6 guns were stopped at Madison's airport in 2024, up from 4 in 2023. 16 at Milwaukee's airport, down from 19, and no guns were stopped at La Crosse Regional Airport in 2024, down from 2 in 23.
The La Crosse area is celebrating accomplishments in public education today. The La Crosse Public Education Foundation hosted its annual Grants Awards Luncheon. It honors nearly 70 educators and community members who received grants totaling over $400,000 to enhance local education. The executive director says investing in public education helps build a stronger community.
It's important to take a moment and recognize how important public education is for the strength of our community and to celebrate the people who choose to invest in the health and strength of our schools.
Maureen and Bob Friedland earned a Distinguished Service Award, while longtime Logan principal Wally Genevico earned a Leadership Award. Well, a change of plans for Inauguration Day.
What's in store for Monday's ceremony and how ticket holders are reacting.
Hip, knee, or back pain? See if Arch Supports can help you at the Good Feet store.
Get ready for the big game with Spectrum. Welcome more excitement into your home as you enjoy the best TV streaming experience. Spectrum brings your entire family together with the fastest, most reliable internet so everyone can enjoy all the sports and entertainment they love. Cheer on all your favorite players on football's biggest night. With the touch of a button, Spectrum puts you at the center of it all so you never miss a play. Get in the game and save with Spectrum Internet Premier for only $30 per month when bundled, plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-877-959-1722.
Beware of getting mortgage information and mortgage rates online. I get a lot of home buyers that get their mortgage information online or get a pre-approval letter from a computer. I can tell you that talking to someone with over 30 years of experience, that everyone's situation is different, and sticking to a lender that has my experience is important to your financial future.
Taco John's just married a taco with a quesadilla. Well, they're more like grilled all white meat chicken and creamy fiesta sauce with melty cheesy benefits. But OM Cheese, they're good together. The new OM Cheese Quesadilla Taco at Taco John's.
It's out with the old and in with the new. You know what they say, new year, new you. King Furniture is celebrating the new year with special trade-in offers. Trade in your old recliner for $50 towards a new one. Trade in your old sofa for $100. Trade in your old mattress for $75. And we'll deliver and haul away for free. Shop store-wide savings as we continue to clear out inventory and make room for new styles for 2025. Plus get free delivery and 12 months no interest payments. The King Furniture New Year's sale going on now.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
plans for President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration ceremony have changed due to the cold weather. So here's what to expect on Monday. The stage outside the Capitol, set for the president-elect's swearing in, will now be relocated indoors to the Capitol Rotunda. Trump made the announcement on social media, noting that the same adjustment was made for President Ronald Reagan's second inauguration in 1985, though some ticket holders are disappointed by the change.
I definitely would have bared the cold, and we came prepared. We packed thermals and we packed our warmest jackets.
The Secret Service says it's adjusting its security plans accordingly. Trump also announced he plans to join supporters at a nearby arena following the ceremony.
The Supreme Court has agreed to review whether schools may read LGBTQ+ books to elementary school students without giving parents the ability to opt their kids out on religious grounds. A group of mostly Muslim and Ethiopian Orthodox parents sued Montgomery County, Maryland schools over the policy. They argued it violated their First Amendment religious rights. The group sought an injunction to block the policy while courts considered their underlying First Amendment challenge. Lower federal courts have denied that request.
President Biden has made an announcement some hope will bolster reproductive rights. Biden issuing his opinion that the Equal Rights Amendment is ratified, enshrining its protections into the Constitution. What would be the 28th Amendment protects equal rights for women. Congress passed it in 1972, but it sat stagnant for decades. Constitutional amendments need 38 states to ratify them. Biden has directed the Archivist of the United States to certify and publish the amendment.
Still to come, big changes ahead for Medicare drugs.
What it means for popular names like Ozempic.
Definitely have some dangerous wind chills and temperatures throughout the week, and we'll break down what it looks like temp-wise and what the wind chills will be like and when we actually might get back to where we should be, which is in the 20s. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
For a limited time, Hardee's is adding the rich goodness of maple flavor to our handcrafted favorites. For a sweet spot in your day all day, maple makes everything better, especially at Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon every day.
We see you out there, giving your whole heart to what you do. That doesn't mean you have to give your whole wallet, too. It's why we make sure that as you find your way, you can find value along the way. Like Blaine's Wild Bird Food. Rewards members get 2 for $12. Get a free scratch block when you buy 2 of these AgriMaster feeds. And heated pet products are 20% off.
That's what I'm talking about.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Live at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Richie McDonald, formerly of Lone Star.
Baby, I'm amazed by
Larry Stewart of Restless Heart. Tim Rushlow, formerly of Little Texas.
God bless Texas.
Together as the frontman at Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. Valentine's, February 14. The music of Lone Star, Restless Heart, and Little Texas. Tickets now at Ticketmaster.com or Ho-Chunk Gaming Black River Falls. The frontman, Friday, February 14. Must be 21 or over to attend.
T-Mobile is very reliable.
It's always nice to know that T-Mobile has us covered.
I love the fact that my family and I, we can stay connected just about anywhere we want to go.
My network is my lifeline.
T-Mobile keeps you connected on America's largest and fastest 5G network. Right now, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800. See how you can save on every plan versus Verizon and AT&T at T-Mobile.com/keep-and-switch.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $5,600 in average finance savings.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Hardee's came up with the Mushroom and Swiss Burger over 45 years ago. Buttery Swiss and savory mushroom sauce on charbroiled beef. Here's to good things never changing. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
The Biden administration has announced some weight loss drugs are among 15 medications in the next round of Medicare price negotiations. Just how much consumers will ultimately save on things like Ozempic and Wegovy depends on many factors. That includes the incoming Trump administration's approach to the negotiation process and the type of Medicare drug coverage someone has. Only people eligible for Medicare will benefit directly. The 15 drugs on the list were used by more than 5 million Medicare enrollees. The drugs treat a variety of diseases, including asthma, cancer, and diabetes. The negotiated prices would take effect in 2027.
A new study found birth order, temperament, and gender may all affect the way people parent their child. They may also influence whether a parent has a favorite child. Researchers analyzed data from 30 studies and 14 databases with information on more than 19,000 people. Among the findings, daughters and kids who were more conscientious and agreeable were likely to get better treatment from their parents. The study was published Thursday by the American Psychological Association.
Well, it certainly was a lovely Friday to be outside.
It was. I went for a run, and I went
great.
10 minutes longer than usual because it was bearable.
Exactly. Yeah, it's been very rare.
Yes.
We had a couple of days stretch of it being nice, but Greg, things are about to get seriously cold starting late this weekend.
Yeah, it's when you don't have snow on the ground, the temperatures swing even in January can get pretty good. So that's why a lot of areas even to the south of us got into the 50s. So we were mid-40s here. So that's probably the last you're going to see the 40s for definitely quite a while. We have the dangerous cold. We have the alert conditions going all the way through Tuesday morning. Wind chills at times, not the whole entire time, could be as low as 40 below. And the coldest areas will probably be where the snowpack, unfortunately, that's like Eau Claire. It's got 2 inches on the ground, and a little bit north is really the only area that has any snow on the ground. But that would be the coldest temperatures probably on those areas. Now, as we look at some of the things to consider, we have car prep, you got animals to take care of, you got home prep, and outdoors. The car, obviously, battery's a big thing. Jumper cables, blanket if you're driving around. Winter survival kit is also really good. Obviously, if you have the cell phone, it helps there. Animals, especially don't forget animals outside. They have shelter. But the water, too, is being unfrozen unless you got a device to keep that water warm is always a problem when it gets this cold, too. And be careful with space heaters. I think that's the biggest problem we have with a lot of people with plugging those in where they shouldn't, leading to fires. And if you're outdoors, dress appropriate in layers and watch for frostbite and hypothermia. So some of the things to keep aware of. For this evening, we're not quite going to deal with too much of the cold air yet. It's really going to be the wind situation with a few showers out there, flurry activity. But the wind will be the bigger story. You see the temperatures getting back down to 10 p.m. into the 20s, around 30. So all in all, temperature-wise, not bad of an evening, but the winds will be the problem too. Potentially 20 to 25. We've already seen that in some areas, especially northeast Iowa and southeast Minnesota. That will continue potentially over 20 to 25 through early Saturday morning. They'll drop a little bit going into Saturday, probably 15 to 20, but those type of winds will continue out of the northwest all the way through Saturday night into early Sunday. Thus, you're going to have a wind chill with these temperatures as this cold air begins to push in. So definitely windy evening, not quite as windy going to Saturday. Temperatures, these are really what you could probably see in the morning to late morning hour, remaining steady in the afternoon or starting to slowly fall. So big change from what we had today, and even bigger change as we go into Sunday morning. You look at the low temperatures. By that point, we're going to be all below zero, potentially as low as 15 below in some areas, not including the wind chill that'll be going on. And Sunday, we're barely going to get to zero in some of the warmer, and I say warmer, locations to the south and up to the north. Probably about 5 to 6 below. Monday, kind of a repeat, even colder. I think the winds will be a little bit lighter going into Monday, so the temperatures may drop a few more degrees. Still, the wind chill with those lower temps still going to get to near 40 in some areas, as you notice there. And then Monday, Martin Luther King Day, definitely cold one. We're looking at sub-zero temperatures pretty much for most of the area. Once again, we don't have a snowpack, so that does help. Now, wind chill-wise, Saturday we'll see single digits below zero probably in the morning. By the afternoon time, you might see some areas get minus 10 or a little bit colder. And then as we go throughout Saturday night, they're just going to continue to drop into the teens. And eventually, as you wake up Sunday morning, we're probably going to see 25 to 30. Even some of the areas could be even colder than this, 35 below, depending on how strong that wind goes. And that's just the start of things to come as we go through Tuesday. Looks like right now the coldest temperature morning will probably be going into Tuesday morning, where some areas or a lot of areas could be 20 below or plus. So Tuesday will start off real cold. We won't have much of a wind, but I think more areas will get above zero. And then as we go throughout the rest of the forecast period, we're kind of back to where we should be, which is the low to mid 20s. This is the coldest time of the year, mid-January through about early February. This is when we typically are the coldest. But as I told, 2019, very similar. It was 54 at the beginning of the month, no snow. By the end of the month, they had 12 inches, and they went into a deep freeze like this. 30 below temperatures. We had minus 12 temperatures, and wind chills were 50 to 60 below.
So we're kind of lucky right now?
We're lucky if we don't have the snow on the ground. That's one positive with the no snow is you do not get such of cold temps. So that's the positive. It's still going to be cold, so bundle up and be safe.
All right, thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, return of the Midwest Players Classic. Border battles and non-conference clashes all set for the Lacrosse Center. Plus the News 8 Play of the Week winner. Jacob is next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Winter is here, and with winter weather come accidents and mishaps. Whether you're on your way to work, walking the dog, or out on the trail, accidents can happen.
At Bygoff and Rohde, we help you get the settlement you deserve to put your life back on track.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download our app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow, still have 5G here too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Try out our nationwide 5G coverage free for 30 days. Download the U.S. Cellular Tri-Us app today.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys, what are the chances you can fix this?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
So like 1 in 100?
Fellas, I can fix this.
Like 1 in a million?
I can do it.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
G and T, yeah!
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 When you're dealing with your own insurance company, you may think that they're on your side, but the truth is, they're not. They're only concerned about their bottom line. That's why you need to hire Bygoff and Rohde. We get results.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, basketball enthusiasts in the Coulee region are being treated to a gathering of some of the best teams in Wisconsin and Minnesota at the 15th running of the Midwest Players Classic. Game 1 from the Lacrosse Center, North Crawford up against St. Ambrose Academy. Trojans with the hot start, turning defense into offense. Andrew Munson with the steal, taking it all the way in for the easy layup. North Crawford leads. A few minutes later, Munson to the corner. That's Cullen Jacobus knocking down the 3-ball. Trojans go up 4. Then more defense. Jake Odell just takes the ball away from the Guardians, and he's going to find Jacobus going all the way for 2. But St. Ambrose would storm back. End of the half, Anthony Lyons is going to beat the buzzer. Guardians lead by 6 at the half. But North Crawford would turn it up a notch in the second half. More defense. Jacobus, another steal. He was on fire, finishing with 24 points in this one. And North Crawford gets the win 68-54. They are now 12-0. Game 2 of the afternoon, GET up against Eau Claire Regis. Ramblers, the first to score in this one. DJ Cooper finds Owen Weisenberger for 3, knocks it down. Regis out in front, but the Redhawks answer in a big way. Travis Dyson gets up for the big slam-a-jamma. That got the crowd hyped. And then Mason Brown getting fancy with a Euro step off the glass for 2. And then Brown dishing it out this time to Jackson Burns from beyond the arc. That is cash. GT on fire, but Regis not going anywhere. Noah Terrace puts up a 3 of his own and sinks it. This one would come down to the wire, but GT holds on for the 48-45 win. Well, last night in Minneapolis, it was a good old-fashioned barnstorming as Minnesota knocked off number 20 Michigan on this game winner off the hands of Dawson Garcia. The Gophers had a 17-game losing streak against ranked opponents entering the night. Ben Johnson getting his first win against a team in the top 25 as the head coach. Garcia finished that one with 27 points and 12 rebounds. And we go from one winner to another with 53% of the vote. It's Royals Carter Uppana off the glass to Landon Lipke. And folks, that is your News 8 play of the week. Panthers would roll Brookwood to stay unbeaten on the year. Guys, a worthy winner right there. That's something you pull out when you're up ahead a little bit. So
that's a confidence play right
that's
there.
That's a fun one right there. Also a reminder, people, keep voting.
Yeah.
Keep playing this News 8
Keep
Sports
playing.
Pick'em. Emily's in front now.
A little bit of a change here
she holds
now.
On.
Yeah.
She holds on, but we're still going. We got some good games this weekend, so it should be fun.
It's so much fun. You guys really made this sports season very exciting for me.
We try.
I've never focused on football so much in my life.
There we go.
It's mission accomplished.
All right, we've got more. No, Greg has another final look at your forecast right after this.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients, like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese. The frozen custard is so fresh and creamy, it tastes like it was made just for us. It's our pleasure. Just spending time with family, that's what mealtime at Culver's is all about.
from Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious!
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun they're having, it's easy to take for granted how they warm up, by the fire, or simply adjusting their thermostat. But for some of us, it's not that easy. Some of us need to decide whether to heat or to eat, or to further neglect our basic survival needs. We are working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans, all struggling to pay record heating bills. These dangerous temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for us, they can be deadly. If you are struggling to decide if you can put food on the table or heat your home, please reach out for a hand up. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
All right, the light shaded area, that is a cold weather advisory, meaning wind chills could get as low as 35 below. The dark is the extreme cold. That's just outside of an area just north of Rusk County. That means wind chill could get as low as minus 40. So stay warm, stay safe, and just wait for Wednesday.
Wait for Wednesday. Don't do anything else, guys. Don't live your lives. Just wait.
Indoors the whole time.
Thank you for joining us at 6.
We'll see you at 10.